What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the video, man. It's Geeked with Key, and it is episode 3. What y'all been up to, man? It's been a minute because I've been actually hella busy on my side. I work at a dispensary, Green Relief, and it was 420 coming out of that, you know what I mean? I also been doing some volunteering at the local farmers market here in Lee Summit. But yeah, man, 420 was really packed. And also, I went to an event that our dispensary hosted. Well, they didn't really host, but they were a vendor there. And, you know, my boy got in for free because I've been in the industry for about 6 years here in Missouri, as far as the cannabis industry. And yeah, I made a lot of connections, curated a lot of useful connections. And yeah, I got in for free with my boy Rich, you know, contacted him. He's a Jeter brand ambassador. If you're not familiar with that brand, Jeter is lit. And yeah, my boy Rich got me plugged in. So yeah, I got VIP tickets, didn't have to pay. And the parking was crazy, but they were actually they had a shuttle for vendors. So I kind of snuck in with the vendors and parked my bins there, and then got the shuttle up there and the shuttle back, which was really nice because it was cracking, man. I'm talking about they had live music, freebies, food. What else did they have? They had smoking competitions, and they was handing that shit out like candy. You know what I'm saying? It was really cool. I went with my fiance, Naomi, and I got to see a lot of people that I knew in the industry. But yeah, they have that annually at Oak Ridge. Man, let's go ahead and get into our segments. Like I said, we got a lot to cover this week. It's been like a month since I dropped a video. And don't get me wrong, though, I've been still geeked up because I've been watching a lot of shows because, man, let's get a round of applause because we are actually eating. You know what I'm saying? Right now we're eating a lot because they have so many good shows out right now. From Darth Maul, Shadow Lord, The Boys, season 5, I believe. What else is there? Invincible, you know, that just season finale came out recently. One Piece and Daredevil Born Again. I knew I was missing something, but there's more than that too. But obviously those are the ones that we're going to be talking about on this channel. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into our shit, man. New trailers this week. Let's talk about it. So, man, if you're not familiar with my channel, you know we talk about a lot of Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat is my favorite video game of all time. And this week, we're definitely going to be talking about what's cracking in that new movie because they just dropped a new movie trailer for I think it's the second trailer they dropped. But this video, we're dropping it somewhat around the beginning of May, and they've dropped a few trailers since then. So yeah, let's talk about it, man. So my favorite character is Kung Lao. I'm very excited to see him come back. Well, for this movie, actually, my favorite character is Goro, and then Smoke, and then I'll say Kung Lao probably. I like Rain a lot too, but in this movie, I know for sure that Kung Lao is going to be in there, and it looks like he's coming back as a Revenant. And that's going to be really sick because MKX is one of my favorite games of all time. And yeah, I'm very excited to see what that's going to be like because the Mortal Kombat trailer looks sick. Yeah, I ain't going to lie. It looks like they are pulling a lot from the video game material. I know Ed Boon stepped in. And he's very hands-on at this point with the movie. So yeah, I'm very, very excited to see what's going to be happening because there's a lot of fatalities. A lot of the characters look at least accurate to the video game as much as possible, you know. But yeah, so let's break it down, man. So Kung Lao is the most anticipated character that I want to see besides Shao Kahn and Noob Saibot because they haven't really done Shao Kahn 100% on film, like 100% lit. Like the 90s movie was actually a really good representation of him, especially for the type of the vibe of the movie. It was very arcade style. The outfits were very nostalgic. And I think that's the Shao Kahn from the 90s did, to be honest, perfect for the time. A lot of people hate that on that movie, but it was definitely a really good movie for the time. And then, so yeah, let's talk about Shao Kahn and Noob Saibot. I think they're going to look really. I mean, they already look really well, but from what I can see, their moves look really good too, as far as the finishers and fatalities or attacks. Um, but yeah, I actually got a screen of the characters that are going to be in the movie and the cast. So let me sip of this water real quick. And we're finna break that down. Let's go to our other screen real quick. Get this pulled up. All right, man. So starting off, we got our guy starting off, we got our boy Johnny Cage, and that's going to be Carl Urban. Our boy Carl Urban is playing that role. And if you don't know, he's from The Boys. He plays Benny, or not Benny, but William Butcher. And yeah, man, he's a really good actor. If you watch The Boys, what's the name? Carl Urban be cooking. You know what I'm saying? It is a different take for Johnny Cage. I'm not gonna lie. And with that being said, this is probably my most anticipated in a way, but like least anticipated because this character is going to make or break it for me for Johnny Cage. Because Johnny Cage is a lot different than Carl Urban's style, especially acting. But it seems like they're going with a little older Johnny Cage, kind of like MKX. So this movie is actually kind of giving that vibe a little bit, like Mortal Kombat X, but a little bit more modern. But yeah, if they have him more of a like a Unk Johnny Cage, then I can kind of rock with it because the young Johnny is kind of like more locked in as far as his acting career and the way he portrays himself. This one, he's kind of giving like I said, a Unk. You know, he's retired maybe, but yeah. So I think he's gonna be pretty good though. From what I've seen, they've been dropping more trailers of this movie, and I'm pretty excited. So let's see here. Moving on next, we got Katana, and I ain't gonna lie, I don't know how to pronounce her name. It's Edeline Rudolph. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. But she looks good. I've seen her scenes so far, and yeah, it's looking pretty dope. Um, the choreography, the look. I'm finally glad that a lot of these characters look pretty good because I mean, as you can see, these are all the character. This was a promotional flyer that they did for the original release in October. So the movie obviously is going to come out in the early of May, kind of like I think it's like May 9th or something like that. But yeah, these characters look pretty damn good. And yeah, we got Jade, and I don't know, man. I'm not really feeling Jade. I'm sorry. I just don't know why they don't stick to the comic book material or which in this sense video game material because Jade isn't bald, and I know that there's a little wiggle room whenever you're putting characters on the screen and portraying them as a director, but why do you have a bald Jade? She's Indian. I mean, I don't know. We'll see because it's like for me, you know, Indians are. I think that's how you pronounce their race. Um, very beautiful beings, you know, and they're supposed to portray like peak beauty. You know what I mean? And for women, I mean, you can be bald and beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but if you're trying to portray the peak woman, basically, um, I don't know why you just didn't give her hair. You know what I'm saying? Because the original character has long black hair, and yeah, but we'll see though. We'll see their acting. You know, it's going to make it or break it for me personally. Y'all gonna have to let me know in the comments what y'all think about the casting too. But then we got our boy Shao Kahn. So let's talk about Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn is played by Martin Ford, and he's actually pretty known in the industry for playing like a big bad. You know, this dude is jacked. Like he's like almost like 7 foot tall, and he looks like Shao Kahn. Literally, like he looks just like Shao Kahn straight out of the video game, bro. He's ripped. So I'm really excited to see what he's going to do on screen because he's been training a lot, and a lot of these cast members have been doing a lot of research on the video game. And with Ed Boon on set, you know he's locked in, getting these characters portrayed well, you know. So yeah, Shao Kahn looks like he's gonna cook. That's gonna be fire. And then we got Sindel, played by Anna through uh I ain't even gonna say it, but Anna. If you want to look her up, you know, you're good to look at Mortal Kombat casting, but I haven't seen much of her character in the trailer, but there is a scene where I think she's screaming at Sonya, and she looks pretty decent, man. She looks pretty decent. Quan Chi, you know, he looks good. I seen in the trailer. I'm really excited to see what his character is going to do because Quan Chi is a pretty big um, aspect of the theme, not the theme, but of the story, depending on what they're telling. So let me talk about Quan Chi a little bit because he is someone that is a sorcerer, kind of like Shang Tsung, and they used to work well together. But he pretty much got NetherRealm on lock. You know, I mean, he's the one that pretty much planted the seed for Sub Zero to slay Scorpion, and then that led to you know, new Cybot being reborn and Sub Zero wanting to take revenge on the Shirai Ryu. But yeah, Quan Chi, he's that guy, and he looks dope. So I'm pretty excited to see what he's going to be like because having a lot of these strong characters in the movie is going to definitely set a tone for the cinematic aspect. And then we got Baraka, played by C.J. Bloomfield, and Baraka looks good. You know, they've done him well in the past too, but I'm really excited to see this version of Baraka because it's given like MK11, at least the way he looks and the way he's using his powers because he's shooting spikes off of his body and shit like that, which I think I like that. In the past, I know Baraka, he only had, I think it was actually metal blades coming out of his forearms, but the top part, like at the top of your forearms here, and there wasn't bone. But now he's got bones more, like really strong like bone structures, and then they regrow, kind of like Spike from X-Men. And then also he can shoot him out of his arm, like his shoulders. So I think that's pretty cool instead of just having metal blades. So they definitely kind of upgraded him in a way. So let's go next to King Jared. He's being played by Desmond. I forget Shaham. I don't know if that's how you say his last name, but hey, he looks pretty good too. I know that he dies early on because Shao Kahn kills him and takes over Outworld. So it's going to be bittersweet to see that, but at least they're introducing Jared because a lot of people don't know who that character is, but he's a really big he's a really big character to the storyline because he's the parents of Melina and Katana, and he was the original uh, husband for Sindel. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I'm coming with the Mortal Kombat facts today, y'all, because I fuck with Mortal Kombat. All right, let's kind of speed this up because we got a lot of characters to talk about. So Ko Young, he's being played by Louis Tan. Bro, get him out of here, bro. Please, like, I am not a fan of Ko Young. Well, no, Louis Tan, I'm a fan of, but Ko Young, I'm not. And the reason is because he killed my boy Goro in the first movie, like it wasn't nothing, and I don't really like that because his powers don't really make sense either. I think his whole character is altering the original storyline of the movie Mortal Kombat. As far as like Mortal Kombat is based off of characters that have their own powers. They come from different realms. Some of them, and Cole Young basically is that he's saying like if you have this tattoo on you, you're destined for the tournament and shit. And it's like, come on, bro. And then you get this armor that gets stronger when you hit it, like vibranium. And it's like, I don't know. I didn't really like his character at all. And he definitely is not strong enough to be Goro at all. So yeah, get him out of here, man. And then Scorpion, he's played by Hiro Hiroyuki Sanada. And I might be saying that wrong, but he's a very famous actor in the like Chinese movie world. And he's doing a pretty good damn Scorpion. It's definitely more of like an OG Scorpion. Uh, but I like that because he's already dead and shit, so it doesn't really even matter how old he is in a way. And then we got a boy Sub Zero, man, behind playing by Joe Taslim, if that's how you say it. And yeah, bro, he's lit. That's my boy from the Raid movies, and he's the perfect Sub Zero. They couldn't have picked a better one. You know what I'm saying? And like, yeah, let's give him a round of applause because that Sub Zero is lit, bro, for real. And he's a really good actor. And I can't wait to see him as new Cybot, man. And then we got our dude Liu Kang, Ludi Lin. And I'm kind of mixed on this one, to be honest, bro, because in this movie, it does look like he's putting on some weight, and Liu Kang, he's not that big. He's a little bit lanky, but in the first movie, this dude, he was a little questionable for me. I think that a lot of these cast members have been locking in recently, and this is their second movie, so they got more experience, and they are, going to give us, I feel like, a pretty good show, because they've been working on it for a minute, man. They've been on the grind type shit. And then let's see, we got Lord Raiden, man, played by Tanada. Bro, I am cooking this shit. I ain't gonna lie. I'm cooking their name, and I'm not meaning to. So it's Tadano. I can't even say it, bro. I'm not even gonna do it. That's disrespectful. But yeah, Raiden looks lit. He was good in the first movie. I like how he got that like raspy voice type shit and talking a little deep. And he's the god of thunder, bro. So he's gonna definitely be pushing up on Shao Kahn, I feel like, and Shang Tsung and Quan Chi. Man, I hope there is a scene where Raiden is fighting Shang Tsung and Quan Chi. Man, oh, that's gonna be pure cinema, bro. I'm so excited for this movie, bro. Oh, that's gonna be so lit. All right, so then let's move on to Sonya Blade, played by Jessica McName. And there's two E's, so I don't know if I'm saying that right, but she's a pretty damn good Sonya, man. I think, yeah, she's solid. She's solid. I like her so far. And Jax Briggs, played by McCad Brooks, if I say that right. I don't know. The first movie, it was a little bit, I don't know. I feel like he's playing like a corny Jax in a way, but we'll see if he locks in this one. Because I think he just got to warm into the role, honestly. I think he looks pretty good as Jax. It's just about, the demeanor and making me believe it. Kano, played by Josh Lawson. I actually kind of like this guy, because Kano is an Australian dude from, laying down under, I think. And yeah, he's a pretty good damn Kano. Kano usually, I don't know. Kano usually has a bald look, but you know, I just don't like how he got his powers. How he's got the dragon or whatever, and it's coming out of his eye organically, or whatnot. But yeah, man, that's the only thing I can say about Kano is his character's not really original to the original Kano. But we'll see how it goes, man. Shang Tsung, played by Chen Han or Shin Han, he is lit. In the first movie, he was definitely one of the characters that you could tell had more experience with supernatural roles and also like um, Chinese or Japanese emperor type vibe. But he may be Korean or something. I don't know. But yeah, he's dope, bro. And he did a really good job in the first movie for me personally. Let's see here. Oh wait, I didn't even talk about my boy Kung Lao. Yeah, Kung Lao, and it's gonna be a potential Revenant version, from what I'm seeing, because his eyes look a little bit different and shit. And he obviously died in the first movie, and I think Shang Tsung is using his soul, which is super dope. By the way, because Shang Tsung always does that. He uses people after he kills them, and it's fucked up. But it's kind of dope though, because it's like the evil version of the character, and yeah, that's why Kung Lao's one of my favorites because they be treating him like a little bro. I hate that shit, bro. Whenever you're playing the Mortal Kombat games and then the intro, they be talking shit, and then everybody says that like he's like Liu Kang's sidekick type shit, and yeah, man, he needs his respect because you know he's technically the descendant from the great Kung Lao, and that's what the original Kung Lao that won the Mortal Kombat tournament back in the day. Um, but yeah, man. So that's pretty much it as far as the characters that are. Well, there's probably more characters that I'm not even talking about, obviously, but um, this is the casting of the main characters. So comment below what you think and who would you like to see in this movie and who you're most excited to see. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and get into the next segment. But yeah, man, so the Punisher trailer, bro, that shit was fire. Only like a minute and a half, I think. And it's going to be like a short film, I think. It's not going to be too long. And it's called One Last Kill. And it seems definitely more like military themed. I think it's going to have a lot to do with his background and stuff because it doesn't seem like, I don't know, we'll see. It seems like he's going to be chasing down somebody that pushes him to his limit, but he he is not worried about killing people at all. So yeah, we're going to see what that's talking about. Definitely when it comes out, we watching that. We watching that. We're going to cover it on our channel, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, we're going to be covering some trailers this week. Let's talk about Insidious, man. So Insidious is a new trailer this week as well, and it is a direct sequel to The Red Room or The Red Door. And I'm not gonna lie, I had to stop watching the trailer because I was that spooked, bro. I was up at like 2 a.m. and it was dark. My room was lit up and everything, but that's just a graveyard shift. And Insidious is a movie that has scared me to my bone when I watched it for the first time in like middle school, I think. And no, actually, I think I was in like junior high. No, I don't know, but that first Insidious movie is pretty chilling, bro. And it was just giving me that same type of vibe when I was watching the trailer, and it spooked me out. So I stopped watching it, but it does look dope. It's called like Outside the Further, and basically, my theory is that since the people that are tapped in with the Further keep doing it, it's almost like Talk to Me in a way, because the people that have passed away, or the demons and ghosts, they are seeking life. So whenever you go there, they're lost hope and they're lost souls, But then when they see the people go into the Further, they're like, oh wait, so is there a way back? And apparently in this movie, these motherfuckers are crossing over, which is kind of scary because it's like kind of like I was talking about earlier, like a revenant version of yourself and in the physical form. But here's my thing. I'm wondering, do they still maintain certain abilities from the Further? Because I'm sure like the Further, there's supernatural abilities that the dark demons can do. But hey, let me know in the comments what you think about the Insidious trailer, if you've seen the movie, and if you're excited for the next one. I need to rewatch the Red Door because I watched it in the movie theater once, and it was pretty good. I think I'm gonna rewatch it again though, because it was just kind of fucked up, bro. Like the dad has such a bad relationship with his son, and it was just kind of crazy. But yeah, let's see. I think that's gonna be all the trailers we're talking about this week. So yeah, guys, we're gonna wait for the next ones and we'll talk about them. But let me get another sip, man. That was a lot of chatter after that Mortal Kombat. This video is brought to you by Spring Water. No, I'm playing. Ain't got no sponsors yet, but hey, one day. Okay. Moving on to movie scores and soundtracks. So I'm not gonna be covering those soundtracks right now, but I definitely gonna be going over some movies that I watched. And again, these are going to be movies that I either rewatched or have been recently released, or I just haven't seen it yet. But yeah, man, newly released film scores. So let's talk about Avatar: Fire and Ash. I don't know, man. It was definitely kind of mid. I know they put a lot of work in that movie, but I just feel like they get a little bit lazy Well, I guess they're not lazy because they're putting in a lot of work, but I don't know. It just didn't hit for me. I don't like Spider. Get him out of here. Ever since the second movie, I feel like he just made the storyline less less spiritual in a way, you know? Like this show is about beings that are very spiritually connected to nature. And then you got Spider coming in, and then he has a little bit of influence on the ones that, you know, are tapped into nature and shit. And you can tell by the other clans that's why they don't really fuck with him, because they're like, we have our ways for a reason, you know. This dude's basically some American that's gonna influence some of the culture. So I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like Spider at all. But Avatar Fire and Ash, man, it was let's talk about the rating. So 68% from the critics and 90% from the audience. So 68% was Rotten Tomatoes, I believe, and 90% was the audience. It's kind of crazy because for the once for once in a million or once in a lifetime, I actually agree with Rotten Tomatoes on this one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Say what you gotta say. I don't fuck with Rotten Tomatoes, but for this movie, they definitely did rate it pretty well, in my opinion, because that's kind of right. I was thinking it's probably like a 6, 7 out of 10 type shit. But yeah, man, it did pretty well too. Like, obviously, this is a movie that everybody wants to go see when it comes out. But it did 1 billion global. It did 400 million domestic, and then 1 billion internationally. And yeah, it's pretty damn good for a movie. But I know they also put a lot into this movie. I'm not too sure how much it costs for them to make it, but you know, I'm pretty sure they made a decent amount off of it. But yeah, I feel like the second one was better in a way. This one was pretty long. I mean, they're all long, the Avatar movies, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I had to break it into different times. Like I watched a couple hours, and then the last hour and a half I watched it later on in the week. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just the whole fire thing with the avatars that were fire Nash and shit. I like it makes sense that there's some clans around the world like that, you know. But I wish they just focused on, like I said, Spider just ruined it for me, and I wish they focused a little bit more on them trying to get resources for the planet that they're on or that they're seeking. Because I know like we're as far as the human race in that movie are trying to seek resources and things like that. So I wish there was more on that as far as the movie goes. But yeah, the first movie is the goat, man. Sometimes you don't just need sequels, at least in a cinematic standpoint, because they're trying to have this trilogy, this series, kind of like a Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, which isn't bad. You know, we definitely need more movies and stuff, but I don't know, man. The first movie's the goat for sure. Um, but yeah, man, let's talk about some new collectibles. You know, we're going on to our next segment now, and it's going to be new statues and collectibles. So actually, I don't have anything to look at this week. Actually, yes, I do. I think I got something pulled up. Let me see here. All right, y'all. So I actually do got a pre-order this week, and we're going to be checking out the Scream 6 mask, or not Scream, but Scary Movie 6 mask. I'm pretty excited for it because y'all know a couple weeks ago or last month, I guess, I covered the pre-order that I did for the Scream movie mask. It's the original Ghostface mask from Scream 1. And then now we are getting the alternate Scary Movie 6 mask, which is going to be really dope because I think, if I'm correct, this is going to be one of the first Scary Movie 6 masks that are like the original face, because there's so many variations of the Scary Movie 6 mask out there. You got like the stone face, the happy one, the goofy one. There's a few of them. But I'm pretty sure this is a rare one because this is just like the one that's like the base form of Ghostface in that Scary Movie 6 film. But yeah, man, this is from Crypt Keepers. Check them out on Instagram. They got a lot of good masks that are for pre-order, and I sealed the deal on this one. I'm pretty sure it's sold out by now, but it was only $20, man. You can't beat that. There is shipping on it, or you can pick it up at their local store. But yeah, man, I'm really excited for this mask because is pretty cheap option, and it's going to be really good quality. And I'm definitely hyped up to cosplay in it too, because I've been really excited to do a Scream cosplay, and I really want to do a DBD one, but I think I'm going to do Scary Movie 6 because it's just going to be funny and modern too. So I'm definitely going to take advantage of that content opportunity. But yeah, man, if y'all are looking for a Scary Movie 6 mask, check out Crypt Keepers. They probably got this shit, or you can check them out on other distributors. I can already tell these masks are definitely going to go for a little bit after market because they're going to be rare, I feel like. But we'll see what happens though. Let's see here. I usually like to go to this website, Speculative Fiction. Yeah, the link's in the bio if you want to check them out. But this is going to be one of the best companies you can get some new pre-orders from. But yeah, let's see what they got, man. Mandalorian and Garou doing definitely their promotion. Let's check it out. Pedro. This series, I don't know. This movie, we'll see how it does, man. Because I was definitely a big fan of like season one, and then the way it ended with Luke, it was super fire. But yeah, I don't know. I definitely didn't like how he took his mask off. But you know, it is what it is. He's not a real Mandalorian for real. You know, he grew up and he didn't really have a choice. Ooh, Itachi. Oh, this is made by Unique Art. Fire. Oh, so this is a figure. That's pretty dope. Ooh, yeah, figures are underrated because you can literally change them. Oh, look at that. Bro, so sick. So sick. That is pretty nice. Yeah. I'm okay gonna have to get me some more figures, man. I sold all my figures because I don't know. I didn't like the ones that are just like smaller. I went bigger in my collection. But now that I've been seeing these figures recently, especially the ones nowadays, they got them with like punched hair and everything. Ooh, another pre-order? I thought this already came out. Oh, it's a 1 to 4 scale. That's actually pretty sick. Because I thought about getting the life-size version of this. I'm not gonna lie, but after I seen people who have gotten it, it was a major flop. Like the production photos didn't look nothing like the uh the photos that were in the real life when people got them delivered. You know. Oh, yeah, this is just pulling my heartstrings. Excuse me. Yeah, this is definitely pulling my heartstrings, man. If it's a quarter scale, I might look into this because that is super dope. But 250 though, I don't know. PCS, they be asking a lot for their pieces. I ain't gonna lie. They need to bring it down a bit. Ooh, Batman Who Laughs, 12 scale. He's just a sick character. I'm definitely gonna have to get him in a statue at one point. But that's pretty much a Joker from a comic book series. Pretty dope. Ooh, classic. 6 scale? Holy shit, $2,000. What's going on here? Ooh, I see now. That thing is probably huge. If it's a 6 scale, how tall is it? Holy shit, 99 centimeters. That is pretty dope though. Like, I don't know. Depending on how the production looks on this, I might look into this because I mean it's definitely a big oh shit. See, but that's my thing though. I like big statues, and this is a really iconic scene. That's fire. Imagine just having a dope ass Vegeta statue like that. Man, I just sold my 6 scale Goku versus Cooler from VKH. But this one, bro, this is a piece that if you have this at your house, people will be like, bro, what the fuck? And I don't even collect because of that. But yeah, Goku and Vegeta, It's like the ultimate Dragon Ball piece. 2,000 though for a 6 scale. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll definitely keep an eye on that one. All right, let's see here. Ooh, what is this? A duo of Naruto and Sasuke? Okay. Not bad, not bad. 638 though. Sheesh. For a 6 scale? Man, I don't know, bro. The collecting industry has been getting greedy. Ooh, my boy. Kenpachi. 6 scale. Who's this by? Ooh, Tsume? Okay. I already got my eyes on a Kenpachi right now. He's fucking dope. But it's a quarter scale from Iron Kite Studios, so I'm gonna check out some other ones. Let's see here. Leonardo. You already know I got the Ninja Turtle shirt on. I just realized since I was talking about it earlier. Let's see here. Okay. Some anime, Joker, Dark Knight, full version. I swear they keep on coming out with this new versions of this Joker, and I'm like, is this like a bonus scenes that I haven't seen or secret ones? No, I guess that is what we look like when you walk into the bank. Fire. Yeah, they got so many different versions of this Joker available to collect. Fucking sick. That's gas, bro. Come on now. What? Look at the details on that. See, this is a figure I would get. And this is only a 6 scale figure, bro. And it's like $1,000. But I know this company and they're really, really good on their details. I mean, look at that. That's like the ultimate Joker piece. That mask, though, whoever designed that mask was on they shit that day. Hmm. Yeah, look at that, bro. You would think that's like a quarter scale statue or something with all those details. Yeah. See, this is the type of figure I would get personally if I was collecting figures. Cause look at that shit looks so real, bro. That shit's fire. Look at those details. Man, I might have to look into those more. Monkey D. Luffy. Lightweight EX. Was this a Tsume? No. 6 scale. Let's take a quick look at you, bro. I don't really collect 6 scales though. All right, let's see here. Loading some more. Dang. It has been a while though. It's been like a month since I looked at these. Ooh, Incredibles. What is this? 1 to 10 scale for 865. I don't know about all that. Yeah, it's definitely not worth 865, bro. 1 to 10 scale is so tiny. I mean, it's good details for sure, but yeah, no. They are getting greedy out here, bro. I think I've seen these so far. What the fuck is that? The Fly? Ooh. I know this is an anime. I don't want to butcher it, but I don't know which one. Oh, there it says right there, literally. Ooh, life size bust. Fire. Yeah, I need to get me a Tsume bust soon. Those are going to be hard to come by, I bet, for some collectors that like life size like me. You know, I got to check out Soul Calibur Prime 1 Studio, Ivy. Yeah, this looks pretty lit. Ultimate version. Yeah, Prime 1, they don't miss on their details, bro. I got the Prime 1 logo behind me. Y'all can't see it, but because it's down there. But yeah, I would definitely. Oh shit, what is this? Okay. Yeah, this is pretty dope. I definitely want to get a Soul Calibur piece. That was one of my favorite games, man. Alrighty. Yeah, these are some of the ones that we saw last podcast. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to some other shit. Let's see here. Let's get into our next segment, man. We're gonna be talking about anime. Let's talk about our new anime announcements and news. Invincible, man, they cooked on that, didn't they, y'all? I swear, that season finale was pretty good. I mean, the last episode was a little slower, but that was because the episode before the season finale was crazy good, bro. That was one of the best anime episodes I've seen in a long time. And yeah, your boy Thrag, he finally did his due diligence, man. Because I ain't gonna lie, he was kind of warning me a little bit. The voice actor, he was a little bit like monotone, and a lot of people weren't taking him seriously. But hey, he came through in that episode and started tearing shit up. And I mean, Thrag actually changed his name to Invincible. Shit, like nobody could take him down. Omni Man was spooked. Uh, what's your boy? Mark was spooked. Fucking Alan was spooked. Who's Omni Man's son's name again? I don't even know, but he was spooked too. He fucked him up, bro. And then the only person that wasn't spooked was Battle Beast. Battle Beast was on that trying to fight everybody. But yeah, man, it was pretty damn good. The fights were really good. I like how they were in space. It's crazy how they destroyed Viltrum, but um, Thrag went to Earth, and it was kind of crazy because Mark kept seeing him um, in like the daytime, like he was like hallucinating and shit because he had PTSD pretty much. And Thrag would just like squeeze his mom head or some shit or punch his hole through somebody he loves. He fucked up Eve. Yeah, it was crazy. But at the end, he did actually see Thrag, which was kind of scary because hey, Thrag is pretty scary. Once he sees you as a target, yeah, you don't want to be in his path. Let's just say that. But yeah, it was really good overall, man. I definitely would rate it probably a solid like 8 out of 10. Wow, it's probably a 9 out of 10. It was just like the season. I'm gonna have to rewatch it for sure because it was kind of like a roller coaster in a way. Like there were some episodes that were filler a little bit, but I feel like Invincible's filler is pretty good. So that's why I'm like questioning my rating on it. But I'll have to rewatch it again for sure. But yeah, let's move on to the next show. We are talking about Darth Maul Shadow Lord, and bruh, finally we got a solid Darth Maul show, man, or anything Darth Maul content related. I'm so excited, man, because they only got a few more episodes to drop now. I've watched up till I think episode 8, and yeah, bro, this show is cooking really fucking good right now. And it is definitely one of the better shows of Star Wars, in my opinion. And yeah, it's a 10 out of 10, bro. It's literally 98% rating on Rotten Tomatoes and a 90% audience score. So that's really good. It's the highest rated Star Wars project ever. So that's pretty fire, man. You look it up if you haven't seen it. Darth Maul Shadow Lord, you're missing out if you haven't. It's specifically taking place, I think, post Clone Wars after his big fight with Darth Sidious, and his brother died, Savage, unfortunately. But yeah, man, I can't wait to see more of this Darth Maul lore. And then yeah, man, let's talk about One Piece, yo. Um, I don't know, I'm kind of mixed on it. I think that the show was okay-ish because it was really slow in the beginning, and they have better, I feel like, dialogue when they're not fighting and stuff. Because as soon as they get to fighting, bro, I swear it's patty cake because none of the actors are really locked in on their choreography, and I feel like they're a little lazy with the choreography. The only person that was really locked in was Zoro, and I know that actor put a lot of work in. He got jacked and uh, was working with swords more so that he can do that big scene that Zoro does when he takes out 100 men. And that was really dope scene, by the way, because Zoro actually fought 100 different characters because he said that he wanted that because the fans would point it out if there wasn't the same, if they were the same characters coming back and getting slayed. But yeah, man, Chopper, Tony Chopper, bro, that was a tearjerker. Um, I forgot how sad that story is. Like when I watched the show, because honestly, One Piece, it's really hard for me to get into because there's a lot of filler. But I watched it all the way up to the point where Sir Crocodile was introduced, or no, right now Sir Crocodile has like Luffy and a few others, maybe I think in his lair, and he has them as prisoners. But yeah, man, the Tony Chopper story is very sad, especially with the doctor, man. Rest in peace, bro. But yeah, he was a good actor for that role. I'm glad that they explored that a little bit towards the end, and then ended it with a pretty good season finale. But yeah, man, the season finale was pretty good. Like I said, the show, it was really slow in the beginning, and then it started picking up really well. Like I like the dialogue and the chapters with the girl from Albast, I think. Just she's like the supposed to be like the queen, I think, but she was like she was dethroned and stuff because her place got taken over. I'm pretty sure. I have to double check my facts on that, but yeah, it just picked up pretty good towards the end. So overall, I don't know what I'd rate it. Probably like a solid 6 out of 10. But yeah, man, it was pretty solid. Um, let's move on to our next segment, man. Shows that we are watching this week. Um, yeah, so we are watching The Boys, man. The Boys is lit. It's a little slower than. Well, let me take that back. The Boys is a little slow this season. The first episode was really solid, and then they killed my boy A Train, which I'm actually not a fan of that, bro.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
Because I wanted to see more A Train, like Rogue A Train. I know they explored Rogue A Train last season, but I wanted to explore more like real Rogue A Train, like going up against Homelander more. Um, which that was one of the best scenes when he was fighting Homelander and shit, and then they just killed him off. And they didn't even show him working with Gen V, which would I wanted to see from the Gen V season 2 finale. So yeah, bro, I was definitely a little upset about that personally. But yeah, Soldier Boy's Father of the Year, man. I'm always good to see. It's always good to see him on screen because he definitely brings a lot of aura to this the film or show, and you know his lore is crazy, and he's definitely like one of the big pillars in the whole show because you know he's one of the original soldiers, the one of the ones they tested on with the compound V and shit. He has V1 in his blood. That's what Homelander's seeking so that he can be immortal because he's literally obsessed with himself. Man, it's crazy. But yeah, it's always good to see Homelander on screen too. You know, he's definitely a weirdo, but he's such a good actor, and he makes you believe the character so well. And you know, it's dope. Yeah, it's dope overall. But yeah, RP A Train, man. Uh, and yeah, bro, let's leave Starlight alone, man. For real. Let's talk about it for a second. I usually don't cover controversial topics, but a lot of people are hating on Starlight based on her recent look in the film or show, The Boys. And from what I researched, she can't help it, man. Like a lot of people are saying she looks botched and she got a lot of Botox and filler, but apparently she has like autoimmune disease or something like that. So, you know, don't judge a book by its cover. Long story short, you know, it's kind of fucked up that she's going through that. So give her a break, man. The show is a show at the end of the day. And, you know, characters look different when they're doing it for, you know, almost 10 years. So, but in another sense, though, I am going to say I'm not too big on her character this season for real. I feel like some things were unnecessary when they like reintroduced her family and shit because she went back home because she was crashing out. And I don't know. I feel like her character isn't really going well this season, which is kind of sad to see because Starlight is really like top three main characters of the show. I mean, the Starlighters, everything's about that. And, you know, she was a big character in the seven and she fucking, what's the name, bro? Went rogue. So we'll see, man. I miss Gen V. I don't know why they're getting canceled, but it's kind of fucked up and they better do something to justify it by bringing them in the current season of The Boys because they can't just tease that a season 2 Gen V at the end and not, you know, give the fans what they want. Like that was so fucking dope seeing the Gen V characters and all the hype behind that girl that can manipulate blood, you know? Like, if she can do what she is destined to do, that means she can take out Homelander, literally. So, um, yeah, man. Unfortunately, Gen V is canceled. If y'all haven't heard, that's kind of fucked up, man. I'm not gonna lie. Let me take a sip real quick. All right, let's move on to our next segment, man. Dance news. So I actually got some, it's kind of a new segment in a way, but it's kind of like an event I went to recently. And yeah, man. So the event I checked out is a Red Bull dance competition, and it was the Dance Your Style. And yeah, I got VIP floor tickets because my fiance was actually really good friends with the one of the dancers that participated in the show, and she actually went to go dance with him in Chicago one time. But yeah, man, long story short, sorry, I had a yawn real quick. The 2026 Red Bull Dance Your Style Midwest Qualifier was held on April 25th, 2026 at the Kauffman Center for the Performing Arts in Kansas City. The 2026 Kansas City competitors and highlights. Winner was Brianna Passion Gray. She defeated Jesse Sykes in the final battle to advance to the national final in Tampa. Confirmed competitors and dancers included Conwork, he does Crump, Robozilla, he does the moonwalk and popping, and then KC and King Clutch. The prelim qualifiers, the final two spots were determined on April 24th at the Zoe AB Art Center. So yeah, Brianna definitely won. It was really, really tough because I feel like personally that Jesse Sykes won, but she was doing a lot of shit that made the crowd hype. And basically this show, if you're not familiar, they give you a LED stick at the beginning of the show, and then you can click the LED stick. It's kind of like a lightsaber in a way. And basically you can do red and blue. And at the end of each round, the dancers, you'll have to hit the color that you think who won. And it is pretty dope, I will say, but it does kind of fuck it up for people that are actually doing good. Like there was that dude, Khan, and like Khan work or whatever, and he was crumping, bro. Yeah, like really good. But a lot of the audience, half of the audience was white, and they don't really understand that, unfortunately. So people like him didn't really get to make it that far. But yeah, man, it was really dope. We got VIP tickets on the floor. Took some clips on my page. I did a review too, so check it out and comment what you would like to see on future segments, because I kind of filled this gap with that. And yeah, but yeah, man, it's time to go to our main segment that we are really excited for this week. Versus battle. Let's talk about the versus, man. So this week, let's see who we got, man. They're finna be going at it. All right, y'all. So for the verses this week, we got Cyrax versus Slade. And this one's going to be a pretty gritty matchup, you know, because these characters are both cybernetically enhanced. And one is from Mortal Kombat universe, and they don't give a fuck, bro. Like, they be pushing up on demon time. And Slade, he's like that too, you know. He fights Batman on a daily. He's actually defeated Batman in some points in the comic books. At some points in the comic books. But yeah, so let's break it down, man. We're finna get into this because it's gonna be a really feisty matchup, man. Let's talk about it. So, all right, man. So starting off, we got our boy Cyrax, man, and let's break him down. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the white screen for myself. Let's see here. All right, man. So Cyrax's origin, he is known as LK4D4. He was a human Lin Kuei assassin, and then he was forced into cybernetic conversion, and he regains his mind. So basically, his consciousness is overridden, and then he regains his, I guess, pure will. He rebels against the creators of the Lin Kuei. His feats, he does got a few pretty good feats, man. He breaks free from the cyber initiative, mental resistance feat, you know. And then in some timelines, he helps stop the Lin Kuei cyber army. He works alongside Sub-Zero. It's pretty dope. And another fun fact about this character, I don't really have it on this list, but he's actually black. So that's why he's one of my favorite characters too, because he's actually really dope. That's why the dreads was an inspiration, because Cyrex has like black little dreads hanging from his robotic head, and that's because originally he's a black character. But yeah, man, he has superhuman strength, well beyond peak human, and he's resistant to bullets, explosion, and heavy blows. His scale is he is far above street level. And yeah, man, Cyrax is pretty like that. So don't sleep on him. Let's go ahead and move on to our next character, Slade, man. Let's see what he's talking about. All right, sorry about that. Y'all had to change my camera angle real quick. I had to move it down a little bit because it was covering Slade's origin. But yeah, let's get into it. He's a military genius turned enhanced super soldier who became a mercenary after personal tragedy pushed him to mental darkness. His feats, he has taken on entire teams like Teen Titans and won or held his own. He survived encounters with super powered beings, and you know who we're talking about, like Superman, Wonder Woman, people like that. I guess if we're talking about Teen Titans specifically, Raven, she's pretty badass. He owns a what is that? Prometheum sword, can cut through advanced materials like Cyrax, potentially, and he's tag speedsters in certain scenarios, you know what I'm saying, or portrayals. But basically, it's situational, but it's still notable. So I'm sure he's probably tagged. I'm assuming Flash, because people sleep on him because he's basically like a super soldier. But I feel like his serum is a little bit more enhanced than the one in the MCU potentially, just because, yeah, like his awareness and senses are up there, especially if you're able to take down all of the Teen Titans, including Dick, which is equivalent to Batman. I mean, there's been multiple times stated in the comments that, or not comments, but comics that Dick Grayson can hold the flame to Batman, if not better, especially with his acrobatic abilities. But yeah, let's see his scale, man. He is high street level to low metahuman. So, from what we saw with Cyrax, that's slightly under. And I'm gonna switch it to the other screen so we can talk about it a little bit more as far as like a fighting scenario with these two characters. Uh, let's see here. All right. And then let's see here. Boom. Okay, so I personally got Cyrax in this fight. And I don't know. I might get a lot of hate in the comments for that, because I know Slade got a lot of shit he can pull up his sleeve. But this is going to be one of those scenarios. All my versus battles, by the way, are scenarios where these characters kind of like meet up on a street corner. You know what I'm saying? No prep. And with that being said, I feel like with no prep, I feel like Slade will be able to read and see that Cyrax is obviously a cyborg. He's dealt with those before, Teen Titans. He's fought in Cyborg before, which is crazy, man. Now that I'm saying it, because if Slade is taking down motherfuckers like Cyborg, Robin, and Raven all at once, Beast Boy, that's a pretty big feat, man. Because Cyborg is, I haven't looked them up as far as scaling, but I would assume he's definitely mountain level. No, he's definitely got to be planetary, bro, especially with his abilities. So I don't know, man. It's really tough, but I just personally, from like being in a one-on-one street corner, Cyrax, that's what he's used to. He's like that, he is ready for a scrap, and he'll be able to analyze Slade's moves, copy them, read the future combat moves that he's going to do. And on top of that, he definitely has the edge with weapons. I feel like Slade got a lot of shit up his sleeve too, but Cyrax, we're talking about missiles, nano nets, machine guns, razor blades, saws, you know what I'm saying? And on top of that, Lin Kuei fighting, like he was really cool with Sub-Zero, and Sub-Zero is like that. Sub-Zero got them hands, so it's really tough, because Slade got them hands too. He's going up head to head with Batman and shit. So it is really tough battle, I ain't gonna lie. I already know that there's gonna be a lot of DC fans commenting saying that Slade got this, and I need to read more comments and stuff, but I don't know. Me personally, I feel like if they meet up, street corner vibes, Cyrax is taking the dub, and it's gonna be a fatality. He also got bombs that he can plant. I don't know. I feel like his combat experience is more than Slade. Although I know Slade's fought more versatile villains and heroes or whatnot, Cyrax has fought in pretty similar. You know, he's fought motherfuckers from Outworld, the Netherrealm, and he's also a ninja. You know, because Slade is just a military guy at the end of the day. You know, he's really talented with weapons, but Cyrax, I think he got this one in the bag. But yay, y'all let me know in the comments who y'all think y'all is gonna. But y'all let me know in the comments who y'all think who got this one, man. For real though. Let's see. We're gonna go over to our hidden character of the week that is under the radar. Let's see here. All right, y'all. So our character that is under radar this week is Shadow Lord, and obviously you can see this is Darth Maul. But yeah, if you haven't known yet, if you're not hip already, Shadow Lord Darth Maul show has came out on Disney Plus. It is a show sequel to the Clone Wars, and this is specifically an era of Darth Maul, and he actually is referred to as a Shadow Lord. And there's a comic book series as well that talks about this. And this specific point of Darth Maul is, man, let's just say he's a demon, bro. He recovered from being cut in half. He lost his brother, and a lot of people betrayed him. So yeah, he's really wanting his revenge in this show. But as far as this character goes, let's break him down, man. Let's actually give him a round of applause for making it on the show. You know what I'm saying? Finally getting Darth Maul lore. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about it, man. All right. So Darth Maul, the Shadow Lord, man. His origins is after being defeated and cut in half by Obi-Wan Kenobi on Naboo, Maul abandons the Sith and becomes a Shadow Lord, a powerful underworld ruler. He builds the Crimson Dawn crime syndicate and takes control of the Mandalorian forces and operates as a hidden galactic crime boss, which is pretty damn dope, bro. If you now that I'm saying it out loud and shit, like, come on, bro. He took the Crimson Blade, took over Mandalore, and you know they're coming out with that show right now with Grogu, Mandalorian. And yeah, bro, he's like that. He has a lot of feats too. I couldn't list them all on here, but let's talk about his feats, man. So he defeated Qui-Gon Jinn, a superb Jedi Master. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I think he lost to Obi-Wan because Obi-Wan had a breakthrough, obviously, in that fight. And also, I feel like Darth Maul exerted a lot of his Force energy in that fight. So by the time he was fighting a young, fresh, ready, enraged Jedi, he was kind of overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if you watch the movie, and also in Clone Wars too, bro, Obi-Wan was studying him, literally. Like, he was locked in on his movements. And, you know, Jedi are really, really smart, man. Like, they can read your movements and perceive the future ones. And people like Obi-Wan can get in your head and shit. So I personally think that Darth Maul was just gassed, you know what I'm saying? Even though he was trained to fight multiple Jedi, and he has taken out multiple superb Jedi and Sith at the same time. But yeah, man, so he survived after being cut in half due to a pure rage and hatred, aka dark side sustainment, man, which is kind of crazy. You know, he was so mad that he used his Sith abilities to stay alive. He actually took control of Mandalore and defeated, what's his name? Vizsla. I think that's how you say it, maybe. And he became leader of the Crimson Dawn, a criminal syndicate, man. So yeah, he's a boss. His scale is street level destructive character with elite superhuman combat scaling. So that's pretty accurate, you know, I feel like, because they're kind of street level, but you know, he's not like a mountain level Jedi or Sith when it comes to Force using. He is really good with his Force using abilities, and he can use lightning. He has, I think, once or twice in the comics. But Darth Sidious trained him specifically to be an assassin. And, you know, Lord Sidious, he's like that, man. I mean, he's obviously overthrown multiple empires, and he's also really quick with his abilities, or his Jedi, not Jedi, but Sith movements or and attacks. Yeah, they call him, I forget what his name was, but he's basically like the Flash, bro. He uses his Force abilities to move in light speed or beyond light speed. So yeah, Darth Maul is pretty much similar. and he's like that, bro. He has cybernetic legs now. He built them himself. He has a brother that passed away because he went up against Sidious, but Sidious was just too strong, you know, because Sidious studied the Force abilities more as he got older, which can trump any lightsaber attack. You know what I'm saying? So if you're more in tune with the Force, man, may it be with you type shit. But yeah, man, that's our hidden character under the radar this week. Let me know in the comments who y'all like to see in the next. But I covered him because he has a show that's out right now, and he really is slept on, man. Like, he doesn't get his due diligence or justice when it comes to, you know, just doing him right in the show and the movies, but now he's finally getting it. So it's really cool to see. I still want to see him come back in live action with the Crimson Dawn somehow, or maybe show up in a Mandalore movie or some shit, because he is alive for a long time until eventually I think he dies by Obi-Wan. And at least that's what I saw in the Clone Wars. He was like a very older version of Darth Maul. And yeah, man, he died because he tried to go up against Obi-Wan to get his revenge. And they both were pretty old, you know, because at that point, that was like where like the Empire Strikes Back era type shit. But with that being said, there is a big time jump between the Clone Wars and the Empire Strikes Back, where there's so much lore, man. I mean, bro, I didn't even talk about it. Fucking Darth Maul pulled up on General Grievous, beat his ass, and literally held him prisoner and was trying to get Sidious to pull up on him and shit, or find his location. He was like, look, I got one of your assassins that you replaced me with. And what's the word, bro? Because low key, Darth Maul felt pretty fucked up about being abandoned by Sidious like that, because he pretty much just cast him aside. And Darth Maul wanted his revenge, you know? But yeah, man, I think that's pretty much everything we're going to be covering this week. So y'all going to have to let me know what y'all think in the comments about these shows and things that I covered. But yeah, I appreciate y'all tapping in and watching the video this long. It's Geeked with Key. Like and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next video, man. Peace. Mr. Sandman.